Firstly, may I say that nobody wants anybody they love to die in pain or die without dignity. So we can all agree on that. So let's remove that from the debate. Mm-hmm. Right now, in Britain today, we have a broken NHS, a threadbare social care system, and an inhumane benefits system, and all of which are the barrier to people living independently and living joyful lives, and therefore, what we have at this moment in time is millions of families with people with disabilities that are sadly like a powder keg, because there isn't the support in place in society to enable people to live the lives that they want, and to do all of these things at a time when Wes Streeting says the NHS is broken, to say that the Care Quality Commission isn't fit to regulate services is a real problem.
Okay.
And places great strain on people with disabilities.
So do you fear for a time where assisted dying becomes normalised, legalised, and then normalised, and then people who, say, have a disability feel a pressure to end it all, or are encouraged to?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it is reported that 54 MPs are already in favour of loosening the bill that's been put towards Parliament to make it easier and to make euthanasia, assisted dying, open to people with dementia, Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis, and other conditions like that, and therefore we are in a situation where this debate is really opening up the conversation around whose life are we valuing? How do we value life? And are we truly able to build a society where people with disabilities can flourish? We know that from places where legislation like this has been passed, like in Canada, in Australia, in Belgium, it does start. It is a slippery slope, and what I fear is this, if I may say so. Yeah. What I fear is that people in Westminster want to rush a bill through. And not focus on the dirty, hard, bureaucratic work that will take a long time in terms of reforming our public services.
So instead of doing the things that it would take to make people better or improving their quality of lives, you think that it's an easy get out to give them the option to end it all?
Absolutely. The debate around assisted dying is such that it is always seen to be the kind thing to do to enable somebody to end their life. But actually, you can be in the most traumatic situation in your life. You just had a diagnosis that you had never wished for, and you wouldn't treat anybody with that strain, with that mental health strain, in any other way in another context.